In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them gulls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off on the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What? Did you expect it to have an entourage? Can you believe this? The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues of all things. Agreed. Call me skeptical, but a little proof goes a long way for the rational mind.
Source hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
Sharp weapon deals more damage! Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside? Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on? Indeed. For all
This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken.
Fastened tighter than the treasury.
Careful. There's a mine in the middle of our path.
Someone must have an interest in protecting whatever's kept here.
This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken. It's locked.
Under lock and key.
I've always heard there's typically more to a king's tomb than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
This seems to be broken. 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 I've spotted something. appears to be locked. We made short work of that door, but I don't imagine our weapons would survive such use for long. Hold. Our enemies have laid a trap. This seems to be broken. 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 Well, what's this I've spotted?
Breath of the dragon.
What's this?
One man's trash is another man's trash.
A strange sort of pit. There must be a way to disarm it. I spotted something.
My heart beats too slowly to sustain. The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner.
What's this? I found something. I spotted something. This seems to be broken.
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry
This
summoner.
seems to be broken. This seems to be broken.
Something isn't right here. It could be an ambush. last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner.
You don't know that. You've just been poking about for days.
I sense enemies nearby.
My roads are soaked. You better hope there's no hint of a flame in this place. Shh. I hear voices downstairs. No one
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner. How could that happen?
This seems to be broken. 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 I've spotted something interesting. A strange sort of pit. A strange sort of pit. A strange sort of pit. There must be a way to disarm it. Another piece of trash! I spotted something. Shh. I think I hear voices downstairs. This seems to be broken.
Last thing we need
This
is
seems
to
to be
surprise
broken.
another angry summoner.
This seems to be broken.
I feel uneasy here. I'd better keep my weapon at the ready.
This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken. seems to be broken. This 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 seems to be broken.
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead? A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone defiler, where is it? Strange indeed. Robed indeed. Your tricks will not save you from retribution, deceiver. The bloodstone, deliver it now, and I may deign to end you quickly. I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure. I suppose you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha! In life, I toiled to care for these holy grounds. In death, I protect them from profane. Run if you like, defiler. Would
Chaos grips my hands today.
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
Eternal silence awaits you.
Face the unending darkness.
This seems to be broken.
Single malt place? Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past.
Calm down, Junius.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect.
So, you're source hunters, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true? We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for...
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house.
Agreed. A wizard is bound to know more about what is going on around here.
Capital. Come along, we're not far from the city. Come, let's have another drink while you still can. To your very good health.
And yours, Bibius. Here goes. Goes down as smooth as burning needles. And I'll be damned if it doesn't get you more hammered than an anvil.
Better to be dead drunk than plain dead, won't you?
Step aside! Let's go back to the bridge. Let the source hunters handle their big brutes.
I'm dying.
I could thwart your every move! Confound it!
Face the unending darkness.
Did you see that? Those orcs had a human commander.
How very curious. And how very disquieting.
Where are Bibius and Junius? Didn't they hear the fight?
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you.
I like you much better with your guts on the floor.
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you.
I like you much better with your guts on the floor.
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you.
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
Taken before his time, far before his time.
Filthy beast! I'll kill the last one of you! Taken before his time. Far before his time.
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you.
Fire! Fire!
What if the orcs are sending in all the blades?
The ship's blazing ever higher!
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen Tom... Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicil.
Bringing a little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city. So you were, and so you weren't. Behold! There we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder. It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek. So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow. A human, you say? Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf pack. And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts, a shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand. Ah, the undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now. And for 2 years the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistae, they'd have gotten the better of us by now. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's mane. Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. The Orc siege is yet another hairball stuck in this city's already choking throat, and it shows no signs of abating. We've cordoned off the western beach where most Orc activity has been reported. For the 9 lives of me, I can't seem to figure what they're doing here. There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an unfavorable reputation. Maybe they're after some pirate's treasure, the fools. Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise? Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct. Even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. To be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness. You couldn't possibly imagine the thrill. But of course, it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs. This I freely admit. Let's just say I have found a way to enjoy the best of 2 worlds. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters. Once you're there, just take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the de facto leader of Sicil. And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter. Adieu and good luck. May your enemies prove to be mere mice, and you the dauntless mouser.
Sorcery, sects, undead, orcs. Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Arthur mentioned?
bastard orcs have learned how to play with fire.
What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
We mustn't let the flames spread to the harbor.
We need more help. She's lost.
Blasted orcs learn how to play with fire.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Slimy, reeking, rotting
Steady, boys.
sea garbage.
Steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot. Plenty of fish in the sea, but
Size
I've got the
seal,
foulest of the
shiver me
lot on my
timbers and
hands.
sliver me heels.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
Steady, boys. Steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we... I used to see orcs in every shadow when I...
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage. Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage.
Good luck with these Sicilians, Source Hunter. They'll run you ragged if you let them.
Better to evacuate this place, what?
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish, would you?
Borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear. Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. Still, I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times. But what choice have I got now? So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese.
True enough. Without a bit of charity now and then, the world would be a far crueler place.
That's the spirit! Or should I say...
She took my fish!
Sir, did you just steal that fish?
No, I paid for it.
You were a witness to this event now?
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap of gold each.
Quite so. I saw him pay the merchant.
I can't thank you enough for your,
Well, sorry to have bothered...
Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter. These days, a moment's inattention is all a thief needs to snatch my livelihood out from under me.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
I'm straight. I'm true. Harry's by the cousins. The dead are on the prowl. The councillor's been murdered, and now source hunters are encouraging petty theft.
In the mood for cheese? That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Corbin land.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Fresh haddock. Perfect for a fry-up. Tall snake. Ring of worm. Brew and spice them. Stir and churn. Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap of gold each.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Corbin land.
A good day to you.
Made a big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Tall snake, wing of worm. Brew and spice them. Stir and churn.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
No, sir. Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Made a big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens!
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea. Potions to bemuscle you. Scrolls
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap of gold each.
A good day to you.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens!
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Paint a big cheese on your book with a wheel of the good stuff.
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only ours for the tea.
Bleeding waste, standing here without so much as a piglet in the pen.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapours?
Here for your daily serving of veggies. Please partake of the plumpest produce ever.
Fine, Coleman there.
I swear I saw a lady in red upon the beach, but everyone laughs and says I'll see mermaids next.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sightseal is abuzz about. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate Mendius at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I save lives, to be sure, but today I change them. Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for.
See here, you and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path, the rush of finding your... too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soul.
Yes, some extra gold.
Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the fabulous 5, gold flows as freely as water does to the sea.
Not in the mood for cheese.
Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that.
So you're just hanging around again, aren't you? Waiting for what, exactly? Oh, you think you can...
True enough. We serve a just cause, so why wouldn't we follow our orders?
Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled individual would settle for a puppet. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you. Ah, the fabulous five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlong. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started? What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow, sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward. Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. Of course, of course, of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver.
Pay the big change on your block for the wheel of the good stuff.
And me. May all the riches in the world be ours.
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I saying? Fabulous is the word. You may not realize it yet, but your fortunes, your very life is about to change for the better. So let us not dilly-dally. What more is there to say, my friend? You are one of us now. Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that. Not Fabulous Five material, him. His experimental weapons may keep a couple of skeletons away from the city. One of them was a big lumbering apparatus. A frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead by the dozens, piloted as it was by a trained legionnaire. But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Now ask yourself, what if it comes back? It could smash the city walls, and luckily there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous Five. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. Find this wizard's abomination. They call the undead a problem, my friend. But those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They see opportunities.
Join that club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha!
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble. And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say I am Anna, jewel in the crown that is the Fabulous Five. I've cut 1,000 throats, and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Errata, and, with my pockets full, helped her reach enlightenment. When the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of designer slippers. I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete. Except that, much to my dismay, I had as yet to find the companion to whom my heart so clearly calls. But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and I am most certain that that companion is you. That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component. Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the right body, the right spirit. Together you could uncover new and thrilling vistas. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm. So you've joined up. You've sworn to share in our adversity and our bounty alike. I can finally offer you our finest adventuring equipment at fantastic in-house rates. Come now, well, you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so widely renowned for its valor and skill. And you must be even more curious about how you yourself can suit up to face such enemies as a member of the Fabulous Five must face. Well, never fear. I have everything you need.
So you're just hanging around again, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot in the Northern Cave. I'm sure you'd like to... Ah, darling, that was so long ago now. Who can remember who said what after all this time? Well, you are a member of the eminent, fabulous...
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of... What do you mean, not familiar? You expect me to believe you've never heard of Alice? Why? I'm only the most famous wizard this side of the distance. Although, it'd be worth... And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely you already know we've been voted the most influential adventurers guild by SideQuest Monthly. Those nasty beasts are hardly worth my time. Though I suppose I'll step in if none of the recruits manage to prove adept enough to handle a few skeletons. Ah, you'll be dealing with Ahu's little abomination, will you? I'd go myself, but I'd fear I'd end the fight before anyone else got in their licks. If I don't leave a few Well, well, you're far from my caliber, but who isn't? It's good you're eager, but let me give you a word of warning. Aim for my spots, and your career in the Fabulous Five will meet a most unsavory end.
Come now, Alistair. I'm sure you... Twice.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you.
See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either. But what they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases. And I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup. By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizards. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicil hinterlands. Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's... I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator. Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now, and the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Medora.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it?
That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius, shaking in his wee boots.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lying. Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. I am the Duke of Ferrell, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Counselor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm. Ah, hello. I am the Duke of Ferrell, though I suppose it's very tragic news.
Old friend.
A source hunter? I'd like to report some dark. Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, passed through these doors for a pint and a place to rest. I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream's been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open, but I was paralyzed with fright.
Yourself with such things.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lying.
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn and a The name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Sicil. All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy. Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is tonight, it seems the crab may just come out of that pinch. Psst. Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counsellor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well have been a battlefield. Whoever done it has escaped through the window, but I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit. Counsellor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrol, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it.
I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize... Ah, hello. I suppose you're... Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging...
Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder.
You've had an old friend.
Ah, pointless chat. How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business. And anyone with an ounce of tact would have known that already. So you've wrangled a position in the Fabulous Five, have you? I'm fairly brimming with enthusiasm at the prospect of calling you a punk. You've been sent after Arhu's insane robot, I understand. Do you imagine that while you're busy being crushed by that abomination, I'll...
Greetings, traveller. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle. You mean you haven't heard? Oh, what fortune! Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed by following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of... For this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may... There, among her followers and... What's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin... Go on the path to the righteous, my friend.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval.